him being the champion, I just will think, it'll put it at a much higher level, make it more prestigious.
I like the move.
Yeah. And I love Cody, too, so.
But let's, like we said, good match. It was a little bit overbooked. And what was next?
So we'd have they go backstage and they give an injury update on Britt Baker.
It seems pretty serious.
Yeah, they said there was damage to her knee, and they basically just imply that it's
a lot of tendons and stuff that we're not smart enough to know about in that field. You know, like we don't know about the medical stuff they were talking about, or the specific tendons.
Nor do I pretend like I know about it. So.
Yeah, we don't know about it. That's we're wrestling fans, we're not doctors. So at the end of the day, that happens. They announced that Britt Baker is going to come out on Dynamite this week and
give the timetable.
My guess would be based off what she has. It sounds really bad, like she's going to be gone for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope whatever the case is, I hope she has a speedy recovery because she's actually become one of, to me, the emerging stars of AEW since they had begun. And on Dynamite, I enjoy seeing her work week to week. I think she's a heck of a talent, and I've really enjoyed her. I haven't liked her from the beginning, like as a wrestler, but I think she's just seeing her character grow from like the time like they had that first week all the way to now. I think she's become like one of the bright spots of like that program. And I really enjoy seeing her work, and I am a Britt Baker fan. So
yeah, as am I. And let's just hope she gets a speedy recovery and she's back on our TV soon. But the next match would be was this Penelope?
Yeah, so it was originally, of course, supposed to be Britt Baker facing Chris Statlander one-on-one, but Penelope Ford would be the replacement for Chris Statlander, so we'd have this match instead. And Kip Sabian would come out with Penelope Ford. He'd be on crutches selling the after effect of the ladder match. Yeah,
I have to say, I didn't watch this whole match.
Exact amount. So I had 5 minutes and 30 seconds as the exact time. So, it was okay. I feel like by watching this, you kind of get the feeling that this was designed for Britt Baker to go over on pay-per-view. That's kind of what I took from it.
Same with me. Statlander would win.
Yeah, and Penelope Ford's actually improved a lot as well. Underrated.
She has. At least this is a pretty basic match. I think I gave this 2.5. It was...
Well, with 2.5 2.5 as well. Once again, like not bad by any means, but as I said, they got 5 minutes. They didn't have much. They didn't have much time to work with, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so following that, we'd have. Well, it was originally scheduled to be Shawn Spears versus Dustin Rhodes. So I guess they'd sell it as they didn't know if Dustin was going to be there because he hadn't been seen since the match that he had with Lance Archer, where Archer just destroyed him at the end. So out came Shawn Spears, sporting a suit. He danced like he was Teddy Long.
Let me say something about this match. Shawn Spears he's a pretty good worker.
Yeah.
He may not have the greatest it factor in the world, but he's a pretty good worker. Why is it every single place Shawn Spears goes, they treat him like a piece of shit?
I don't get it, man.
I'm going to say this, and some people may not agree with me. He was buried here worse than he was ever buried in WWE.
I don't know how anyone could argue otherwise. And I don't understand why.
The guy had Tully Blanchard over his dick.
I know.
On his underwear.
I mean, he
got spanked on his bare ass.
And his ass was showing on a live national pay-per-view.
Yep. And not only that, he got his ass whooped, too.
I know. The match only went like a few minutes, but yeah, because I remember how they were first doing it. Like he was telling Aubrey to count out Dustin or to ring the bell, then count him out because he wasn't going to show up. Then, not for nothing, his music would hit, and then out came Brandy. I guess she'd say that she'd try to play it off as like he wasn't there or whatever. But not for nothing, if she's already doing the count and his music hits or whatever, and he hasn't come out there, does that, I guess, stop her from still counting?
I don't know. Who gives a shit? This match was so fucking stupid. This is the problem with it. Like, I don't understand why Sean Spears gets buried like this. Like, this was brutal.
I know. Like, I feel.
This was so.
I feel really bad for this guy.
They've made it. This is what they've done. With this type of move, you've made it so people like me will never take Sean Spears, the character Sean Spears, serious ever again.
I know. And the problem with that is they've already given him a few different characters.
If you try to make him serious, like what? What am I going to, like, I'm going to sit there and go, oh, you're really trying to make me believe that the guy that got his ass whooped by what? How old is Goldust?
I think Dustin's like about 50.
Yeah, getting his ass whooped by an old-ass guy, not just getting his ass whooped, getting his bare ass spanked on live TV in his underwear where he has Tully Blanchard on it for some reason. Like, even though his manager is stupid. And then, like, how do you make me take that guy seriously again? You can't. He's done. He's done.
Especially as a heel.
He's done in AEW. He's done.
Yeah. Yeah, this at this point in the show, I was thinking, like, you know, there's still some things on it that I liked, but at this point I was kind of like in the middle. Like, I wasn't thinking it was bad, but I was kind of like, yeah, this is like okay. But after that, I was like, I was disappointed, man. I feel really bad for Sean Spears. I don't know, like, why this was done this way. I feel really bad because it seems like no matter where he goes, as you said, he gets the bad end of the stick, and like I don't know, he's made off comes off as really shitty.
He's gonna have to go to New Japan or Impact.
Gotta do something. I don't know how he could get over in AEW now that this has happened, but
not only that, but it's gonna be so stacked. Like, cause he's a heel.
Yeah.
Like MJF, Lance Archer, Brian Cage, like all these other, Chris Jericho, like Sammy Guevara. Like, where is he gonna fit in there with the other top heels?
And I was actually kind of like, this was kind of just thrown together on Wednesday night when it was like put together, but I was like thinking that like if it actually like with the way I was thinking it was gonna happen, I was actually thinking this could be a pretty decent match because I mean, as I said, Sean Spears is he's a solid wrestler, and Dustin, my God, for how his age and his experience and everything, he's still got it. My God,
for sure.
So I thought this actually could have been like a good match, but I don't know. I don't like the way they did it. And I guess where does Dustin go from here? That's all. I guess that's another thing.
I don't know.
That's the other thing. I don't really think Dustin needed the win.
Well, he got his ass whooped by Archer, but I mean.
Well, no, there is that, but it's like, and if he was going to win, they should have at least like had like a competitive match. So we Sean doesn't look bad in the end.
I gave this half a star because I just hated it.
No,
I hate stuff like this because when you do something like this, you bury a character to the point where you can't use him anymore.
No, and I've never seen anything like this done with AEW so far. I've seen, WWE, my God, we've seen this for like years upon years. But I've never seen anything like this done there. So I was actually kind of shocked. I was shocked and disappointed with this part, but I think it'd be best if we just end it there, though. We don't go any further on it.
Yeah.
Dustin Rhodes will pick up the win off of the Final Reckoning and get the pinfall victory. After this, there would be the announcement that All Out will take place on September 5th, so it's going to be later than last year's.
They did not announce a location.
Well, they probably figure if it is possible for them to do it with fans, they could probably pick out a venue, and then they'll get those tickets sold out like it's nothing.
I was going to say, for All In, I mean, they'll sell it out. Like, they don't need to, announce a date ahead of time. I think it's mainly just to say, we don't want to get a city's hopes up.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing. I don't know what's going to happen with that.
It's a little later this year, too.
Yeah, it is. All I can say is I'm excited for it. I hope it's in front of fans. I don't think it will be. But, at the end of the day, let's just hope that it's in front of fans.
Maybe they also pushed it back a bit further, maybe with the hope that they would have fans. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, either
it's going to be a long wait for a pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, because here we
That's
are.
over 3 months.
I know, because here we are like at the end of May, and then like we'll have like, June, July, August. So, I mean, that's
August.
3, right? So it's a little over 3, but that's like 3.5 months in a way, because like we got this final week of May coming up here. And we got
that's into 4 days.
That's into September. It's into like the first part of September. So yeah,
it's gonna be a long wait. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so I think that's another thing they may have had a hard time with here, is because following Revolution, they had all these different changes and things that they had to adapt to, with the pandemic and everything. So that may have made it harder for them to put together the show. So that I guess there's that too. But maybe by extending it all the way to September 5th, maybe they figured that depending upon whatever happens, they'll still give them plenty of time to get the show right.
Yep. Up next, we have the AEW Women's Title match.
Yeah, so before this, we'd have Excalibur, who would pay tribute to Hana Kimura.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely terrible story, this situation here. This is just one of those situations that really, it really shows you how toxic pro wrestling can be.
Or how toxic the internet could be.
That's what I mean. Just like the internet and that's true. Not pro wrestling. There's a very small minority of wrestling fans that are just complete assholes.
Yeah.
And the internet, social media is great because it lets people connect. But cyberbullying is something where, you're not talking. People see this person on TV, and I don't know what you're talking to a real human being at the end of the day.
Who have feelings.
The words you say have an effect. If you're a cyberbully, fuck you. You know what I mean? Sorry, it's not okay. These are the type of things that you can do, and you don't even realize you can do them until it's too late.
Exactly. And yeah, so
this girl was so young.
She's 22 years old.
It's just, again, it's a terrible situation, and just don't be an asshole.
Just be nice to each other. Don't be a piece of shit like those people were.
Yeah.
And just remember that they may be athletes, they may be stars, and they may be at the pinnacle of their careers, but at the end of the day, they are still human beings, and they're just like everyone else, and they have their feelings. So it's under no circumstances ever acceptable to engage in cyberbullying. Mm-hmm. So then, next, as you would say, we would have the AEW Women's World Championship on the line. It'd be a no disqualification, no countouts match. So they're gonna point out that it's also no DQ and no countout. So they're just gonna make that clear right there. It'd be Nyla Rose defending against Hikaru Shida.
Yeah. This was honestly probably my favorite AEW women's match so far in the company's history.
Yeah, because I was a really big fan of the Shida and Britt Baker match that they did on Dynamite. And, I really feel like the women's division has gotten better. I think now that they've had some time, and some more experience, I think things are starting to gel a bit more.
Nyla Rose has improved greatly.
I agree also with that as well.
And also, I love Shida.
I do too. She might actually very well be the top women's wrestler in that company.
Yeah, I love Shida. I hope at some point we can get a Britt Baker Shida feud for the title.
Oh, I think that's... I'm hoping that happens too. Because I was getting the feeling that that's what we're going to see now, but unfortunately with the Britt Baker situation and her injury, as we said, we hope for a speedy recovery and everything but the best. Or nothing but the best, I should say. I don't want to say everything but the best because I'm basically saying I'm hoping for the worst. Did not mean that. Sorry. I mean nothing but the best.
This was a good match. It had some really cool spots.
Yes. I remember that. I think the spot was the running knee into Nyla, which knocked the chip over.
That was really cool. Nyla would do her vintage thing where she hangs someone over the top rope, and then
drop the knee. Really like that move.
Yeah, I honestly feel like it should be used more sparingly and should be more devastating.
Yeah.
Treated more it should be like a Randy Orton punt to the head type thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks devastating. Like it looked good here, but remember when I saw her do it in that